Hello, church. I had some fun memories I wanted to share with you guys. And one of them as a child was my mother would wrap up our presents in different wrapping papers, one for each of us. And I had, I come from a family of 8 kids, but I have 4 biological siblings and then 4 adopted. So, I'm sorry, 3 and then 4 adopted because I'm number 2. And she would wrap, so it was just the 4 of us girls when we were little, and she would wrap each of our gifts in a different kind of wrapping paper, but she wouldn't tell us which was our wrapping paper. That was for us to wonder and try to figure out when she was in bed at night. So we would often wait till she was asleep and crawl out of our beds and try to shake presents and compare them and see what might be inside and try to guess which was our wrapping paper. It was a really fun memory as a kid, and a lot of times we got it right, actually. And another of my favorite memories as a kid growing up was every Christmas our nativity set at Christmas time would be empty. The baby Jesus wouldn't be there because the rest of the nativity would be set out, but not the baby Jesus. And every Christmas my mom would wrap up the baby Jesus and put him towards the back of the Christmas tree behind all the presents. And when all the presents were opened Christmas morning, one of us would get to open the last gift. She'd pull out, oh no, there's one more gift, we forgot, And one of us girls would get to unwrap it, and we knew what it was, after the first year or two of doing this. And it was really special because we'd unwrap it and we'd say, oh, it's the baby Jesus, and we'd put him in the manger. And remember that it was just a really good, a gentle reminder that my mom would help us remember that Jesus is the greatest gift of the season, and really he's the giver of all good gifts, as we read about in James 1:19. And it was really special. It was exciting for us as girls to get to be a part of that, and it really was meaningful because it wasn't something that was just thrown in there oh, let's do this for Christmas, this is a fun little thing to do. It was really purposeful by my parents, that it was connected to the rest of our whole year growing up as kids. It would remind us of all the ways that we saw our parents treasure Christ through the whole year, not just at Christmas, and all the ways that they trusted him and that he provided for us. And it was really meaningful in that way. So now that Ryan and I are parents and we have pastoral kids, we have tried to make the same commitment to show our kids that we treasure Christ and above all other things, and not just at Christmas time but throughout the whole year. And really I've seen a big shift in my own heart just growing up and becoming an adult and remembering the longing and the excitement of Christmas time as a kid and just wondering what was under the tree. You could hardly sleep at night, just couldn't wait to open those presents and how exciting it was, to now as an adult I really could care less what's under the tree now. I mean, there's great love put in a lot of the gifts that I've gotten over the years, but just the longing and excitement for when Christ returns and sets all things right, and there's peace and freedom from fear and sin and sorrow and pain. And I just really took a lot of comfort in one of my favorite Christmas hymns is Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. And I was reading about it. Charles Wesley wrote it, I don't know, long time ago, 1700s. And when he wrote it, he wrote the hymn, he was writing about the second coming, when Jesus would come back, the second time and really set all things right and make the whole earth new again and rescue us from sin. It's really a great song to sing at Christmas, but now in my heart I think of it when I sing it not just about Christmas but about how Jesus is going to come again, and he's going to be, he'll keep that promise just like he kept the promise, all those hundreds of years that that people were waiting for the Messiah to come, and when Jesus was born, that he's going to keep his promise, that he's going to come again, and he's going to make all things new and bring peace on earth. And I really love that hymn. So I'm going to read the words of it real quick. Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free. From our fears and sins release us, let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art. Dear desire of every nation, joy of every longing heart.